Rich Rising. Salutations. Peace, 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 and peace. Well, everyone is having an amazing morning or start to their day. Great rising. It's early. It's early for me. But trying to get back on my consistency. Trying to get back on track. Great rising, great rising, great rising. Come on in the room. Welcome to the Healing Chamber. Pull up a seat. Pull up a seat. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Tamara Chanel. I am the owner of the Healing Chamber, and I am the founder of the Healing Chamber Academy. I teach people how to get back to themselves and discover how to live a authentic, rich, full, purposeful life. I think that's what I do. Most importantly, I align with just being a spiritual being, having a human experience, whether we like it or not. I think I had a conversation recently about the human experience is an illusion, in my opinion. This is my opinion. You know, I'm entitled to my own shit, right? The human experience is an illusion. All it is a course in life that we have to do. Yes, it feels very physical. It feels very real. And to an extent, it is. It's the human experience. It's the flesh. It's a physical experience that we have to encounter multiple times to get multiple lessons to help not only our existence, but the ones that come after us survive, become better. Everything that you master in this lifetime, you pass it on. Every time that you get a lesson or you get a nugget or you break a generational curse, you pass it on throughout your lineage for the ones to come behind you to have an easier way to make a path, right? To have a more of a ideal or expansion in their consciousness to be able to become the millionaire or to become a priest or priestess or to become just a good damn person. Just a good damn person. So every time that, we master a lesson, that we break a curse, we code it in our DNA. And when we awaken and recode our own DNA, our own genetic code, then it makes the ones that we birth into existence, it makes where the children, my phone don't connect, it makes the children that come from our children or that come through our lineage in general, great rising, right, become better. And that's the whole point of this. Sometimes we get so caught, I promise you, like, I can't wait till I finish this book. We get so caught in the mess that we miss why we are experiencing the mess in the first place. Why we are experiencing the mess in the first place. We are experiencing that mess because, honey, you needed it. You needed it. Somewhere you didn't get the lesson. You ain't get the memo. You ain't get the memo that you needed to eat better. Somewhere you didn't get the memo that you needed to be consistent so you can break. Okay, diabetes in your family. So you can be the one that breaks high blood pressure in your family. So you can be the one that breaks bad health. Okay? So you can be the one that break using that damn excuse, our family big boned it. No, the hell they ain't. It's a lie. Our bones is the same. Anyway. So when you are going through the mess, when you are going through the T&Cs, as I like to call them, the testing challenges, Those are opportunities for you to expand your consciousness and recode your DNA. So everything that birthed into existence after you, even while you're here, y'all don't even realize that you are transforming your DNA now, which helps transform other people. Okay? The people, not even people that's connected to you. There are people that's watching you right now, that see you working hard, that see you doing what you're supposed to be doing, that see you meditating, that see you living your best life, that see you surviving over the challenges. There's people watching you right now, and they are inspired by you. They are looking at you as an example. Hey, Farhan, you got to give them a show, baby. You got to give them a show. You can't sit here and just feel like this shit's stupid. My favorite line. This shit's stupid. Who signed up for this? You signed up for it. So now you got to figure out, what is it in this window of time, this opportunity in this human experience? What is it that you're supposed to gather? Right? And then once you get the lesson, how do you retain it? How do you hold it in? How do you digest it? Right? So now you're able to navigate the TNC better. Because let's be clear, some of the TNCs that y'all getting, some of the messages y'all getting, it's repetitive. It's on replay. It's on replay. Some of the tests that you are getting is consistent, because you're going to become a master. You're going to be an ascended master when it comes to relationships. You're going to be an ascended master when it comes to financial stability. You're going to be the ascended master in your lineage, in your family, the one that they venerate when they are thinking about, how can I survive? Who do I pull my strength from? Oh, Grandma Coco was strong as hell. She was out here knocking everything out the park, right? They're going to be looking at Farhan like Farhan was so consistent with prayer. We learned how to pray from Farhan. They're going to be looking at you as people who they drew their inspiration, they drew their courage, they drew their power from, because you stayed disciplined, you stayed consistent, and you did not care. You did not care about what the rest of the world was doing. You didn't get lost and caught up in the circus. You didn't stay lost. Right? You figured it out. And when you figured out that the circus was here to distract you, the circus was going to have you caught up in some work. I learned a little life hack over the last couple of years, specifically dealing with Gene Keys. Right? So in Gene Keys, we have these spheres to show you what's your life's work, what's your evolution, what's your purpose, and what's your radiance. And what I notice is, in our life's work spheres and our evolution, it is a part of this physical existence. It is exactly what we're going to experience in the physical existence. I like to call it the circus. It's the thing that keeps you busy or distracted. It's the thing that keeps you going in this cycle And you like, damn, like you'll start to realize I keep going through this same mofo right here, and I'm not understanding until you catch it. But that means you had to be intentionally doing the work, right? So what I figured out was, oh shit, this is my life's work. This is where I'm gonna have a PhD at. So if y'all go and look at your gene keys, all my students that I see in here, right? If you go look at your gene keys and look at your life's work and your evolution, I'm telling you, like, that's not going nowhere. Ever. Ever. It's going to always be there. It's a part of the journey. This is a part of your earthly journey, your earthly experience. So get real comfortable, get real cozy with it. Because when you are comfortable, when you have acknowledged or fully accepted that this is a part of my journey, whatever it is. One of the biggest things for me, this is why I started like constantly saying it, is mine is like forgiveness, understanding, grace. This is my life's work. Not only to have it for myself, to have it for other people, but to teach it. To be the creator of what it requires for us to operate in grace. And the only way that I can unlock it consistently is that I always have to find the things that trigger me and pay attention to what trigger me, what makes me indifferent, what makes me look at people like I want to punch them in the eye. I had the moments too, more regular than I probably should, right? That's that fire in me. What makes me look at people like I want to punch them, like I literally have to remember to go back to my life's work. This is going to be consistent in my life. This is my life's work. And if I allow it to distract me, if I allow it to throw me off my game, if I allow it to knock me off my square, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to go back through the loop. I got to repeat it again and repeat it again. I mean, I flunked the test and I might have a harder experience the next time. The next TNC might trigger me more. Or they might go back to back to back to back to back. It might be like, oh, you know how it seems like when shit hit the fan, it really hits the fan. And you just keep happening. That's your life's work and your evolution. Pay attention. Pay attention. One of my biggest things that in my personal programs, my one-on-ones that I make people do, and my program that I'm doing with my healers, I make them identify why you are going through what it is that you're going through. What is the repetitive experience that you have experienced in your life? Sometimes we're thinking about it too broad. Because as soon as you think that you've mastered one thing, it's not the situation. It's not the people. It's what you were supposed to learn in the experience. And if you don't learn it, honey, it's going to show and manifest in another person, in another situation. You have to pay attention. Once I figured out, like, oh, my life hack is, this is my PhD. My PhD. My PhD is my challenging relationships with other people. Because I'm very interesting. I'm an interesting person, right? So things challenge me when I feel like, well, why you couldn't do it? I can do it, why you can't do it? And it don't help that I'm a projector, because me being a projector plus not having no goddamn motors, it make it even more intense, because I really be like, so let me get this right. Let me get this right. Y'all done gave me the blueprint to be a projector, and you want me to be wise, but I ain't really here to work. But I be working harder than most people in my life. I work harder than most energy types in my life. Make it make sense, right? It took a minute for me to decondition to realize that I didn't have to work that hard. It took a minute for me to even realize that my energy moves differently and I accomplish things differently in a shorter amount of time for a reason, because of my blueprint. It took a minute, but that also helped me to understand. It helped me to understand how to extend grace, how to have compassion sometimes. And I don't always have it. It might take a second for it to click in, but how to like really realize like everybody got their own journey. Everybody got their own experience in every challenging relationship I've had, and I've had many, not just with intimate relationships with my children, everything, parents. I had to click into a space of, is this what you want to have between this person? Is this the energy? How does it feel? I'm all about feeling. Goddess energy works through feelings. How do you feel? Y'all be getting it twisted. Y'all like to talk about it. You like to say you God. You like to say you a goddess. But how do you feel? It speaks through energy. So if I energetically feel frustrated, overwhelmed, aggravated, that's not very goddess-like. Don't let nobody trick you into that shit. There's a lot of new age people wanting to trick y'all into believing that goddess energy work in like raft. No, that has to come out because it is necessary. That means that there is something destructive or something crazy going on that requires your warlike energy. And let's be clear, everybody not for war. I'm not here for war. There are some that are here for war. I'm not. I'm here to spread love. I'm here to spread peace. And I'm here to spread awareness. Period. I know my mission. But when you feel aggravated, if it's not making you feel good, it don't make you feel good to be angry. You're not going to lie to me and say, oh, I felt so good when I was mad at so-and-so. No, you didn't. You lying. You're lying. You did not feel good when you was ready to cuss somebody out. You did not feel good. Your throat was closing up. Your chest was hurting. You started getting headaches afterwards. You ain't feel good. You ain't gonna lie to me. You tense. You ain't relaxed. I always tell people, pay attention to how your body feels. Does your body feel stressed? Does it feel tight? Or does it feel relaxed? Does it feel in flow? When you pay attention to the different ones, you can tell which one naturally feels good to you. You don't naturally feel good to be at war with everybody or at war with just anybody. So now you have to decide, is this the energy that I want to feel? So there's two choices. I can either cut the ass out my life and eliminate the problem altogether. But let's be clear, just because you eliminate the problem don't mean that the lesson don't come back in somebody else. Every time that we be thinking, and that's why I always laugh, like in the cancel culture, I be like, man, y'all stay canceling your parents, you cancel your friends, you cancel, whoever. Y'all stay canceling people. Y'all stay wanting to cut somebody off. But guess what? It will come back. It might not, if you have gotten your cutoff game so good, just because that person is not in your life does not mean that it's not coming back. The lesson is coming back until you learn it. And let's be clear, if it is a part of your life's work, if it is a part of your evolution, it is definitely coming back until you die. So the sooner that you get cozy with this life's work, as soon as you get cozy with your evolution, the sooner you get real tight, like it becomes like this, it's second skin to you. My life work has become second skin to me. I'm comfortable with it. I understand that it is going to be presented in every aspect of my life. There's going to be moments. The key is, how do I navigate it? Sometimes I pass the test. Sometimes I flunk the test. Sometimes I do real, real good. And I be so proud of myself. And then sometimes I be like, oh, so you couldn't do what you were supposed to do right though? So let's sit down and have a talk. Okay? Because for me, personally, I can't say nobody else, but for me personally, I like it in my life's purpose. I like it in my radiance. This is the other side of your gene keys. If you're doing, your genius sequence, part of the golden path. If you do your gene, I like it on the other side. Why do I like it on the other side? Because it brings balance, but it also is a part of your souls. Okay, it's still life, but it's the purpose. It's a part of the spirit. It's what the spirit and the soul want to experience. It's what my body came to experience in the first place. So when you're looking at gene keys, it's like the first half is about, okay, boom, this is what the mind wanted to experience. This is what your ego, your personality. So if you understand that, that's what all of that wanted. That's when you birthed into the world, all the conditioning, all the bullshit. It wanted to experience this. It's like, oh, you know what? I'm here now. Why don't we do this? But the body, the flesh, the design, the soul, there's trash we in here. I'm trying to get the trash. I thought he was going to be a lot louder. Right? The design it naturally gravitates to a certain dynamic. It naturally is going to do, whether the ego is over here popping off, the design is naturally going to gravitate to what feels good to it. And this is where we normally have the push, pull, and the challenge. Because the ego, the personality, keep dragging you into some circus shit. The ego keeps dragging you into the circus. And because you keep being dragged into the circus, the spirit can't really get what it came to get. It can't experience. For me, my soul came to experience simplicity. There's power in simplicity. My soul wanted everything to be simple and free. It wanted to be, my soul wanted to be a gypsy. It's funny as hell when I look at my chart. Because my spirit wanted to be a goddamn gypsy. My soul wanted to be a gypsy. But my personality wanted to be a damn super mom / entrepreneur. I don't know how that worked. I don't know how that worked. I'm still figuring it out. So I'm leaning more to the gypsy, girl. I'm leaning more to the gypsy. The gypsy about to win. For me. Right? For me. But that's the part that you have to pay attention to. That's the part that you have to start to pay attention. Where's the circus dragging you and distracting you? Where's the circus distracting you? Versus what the soul wanted to experience in this lifetime. If you pay attention to what the soul wanted to experience in this lifetime, you'll start to see how easy life begins to flow. And it's so funny because I always laugh when I talk to people and we're talking about their human design, and I'm starting to see you realize you're naturally this type of person. You're naturally gifted in this. But you keep gravitating over here being a super slave. You over here doing team too much. You over here not living your best life. Man, I've been saying it for years and years and years and years. I said it a long time ago. I said, this life is an easy thing to live. It's very easy. It's easy. The human experience is easy as hell. We make it hard because we get distracted by all the things going on. here at the human experience. And sometimes people feel like I'm being cold when I say stuff like, y'all got to stop getting distracted and caught up with other shit that don't got nothing to do with you. And the reason I say that is because sometimes when you are pulled into certain things, that's the stuff that keeps you distracted. That's the stuff that helps feed the subconscious with limitations. That's the stuff that helps feed the subconscious with, fear. And the last thing that you need to be operating from is fear. The last thing that you need to be operating from is limitations or perceived limitations. When you are truly aligned spirit, with God, with whatever it is that you feel, when you're truly aligned, then it isn't any limitations. There's no roof. There's no roof. Everything becomes divine timing or a conscious interruption. And I love that alignment. It feels better. I can honestly say I done been through a hellified story. And this season of my life, there's no season in my life, this week was challenging. It pushed me a lot. But there's no season in my life since I've been in my 40s. I don't care what nobody say. I mean, I loved every decade of my life, but since I've been in my 40s, there's so much gratitude. There's so much more understanding. There's so much more grace. I got so much more grace at this age than I had before. There's so much more peace, right? So much more peace. And I understand what it takes for me to be in that energy where I didn't before. I always felt I had to do, I had to be. Now it's just like, no, you have to be aligned with whatever your spirit says. That's the only half. If it's like everybody else, everything else is secondary for me. For me. All right. I love you guys. I'm going in here to help my mom out. So I will see you next time. If I have time to jump back on before the day is out, I will. But if not, I will see y'all tomorrow. All right. Peace.